Greetings, Dwayne. Time once again to talk about the CFRN free E-mini trades. Our last free trade went out Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We always tell you when the next trade is going to be ahead of time so that you can be prepared for it. On Sunday night, we said to consider being long the Russell above 1202, which never happened, or short below 1195. Now, I always have my opinion of what's going to happen, but in case I'm wrong, I do my very best work to give you the very best trade I can in the direction I think the trade is going. And then I spin my ball cap around backwards, and I do my very best work and give you the very best entry in the direction I don't think the market's going. And then I go to sleep, put my head on my pillow, and have great peace, because no matter which way the market goes, I know that I've given you my very best work. I don't know about you. Maybe you've never been wrong, but I have. So, I've solved that. Without being a prophet, without operating in the prophetic, without being a fortune teller, reading tea leaves or crystal balls or any of that other stuff. I'm just a kind of basic guy. Okay? And the work product speaks for itself. I don't shroud it in mystery. I don't feel moved to do that. And I know that kind of aggravates. It's like the magicians, right? There's a code among magicians that if you reveal how the trick's done, they'll boot you out. You can't be a part of the magicians club anymore. I mean, that's a real thing. I'm joking kind of, but it's real. And it's almost like that in trading. You're not supposed to tell the common man how it's really done, because, well, then they won't pay these inflated prices to go to all these different things and order these different whatevers. And, I am a common man. I grew up working class poor in a little town called Thompson, Georgia. Now, I'm not going to feed you the tale about one stoplight, because that's not true. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. And after I moved away from home, they put in a couple more. Growing up, we had no fast food places. But as a young man, when I left to head off to the military, they brought in the Pizza Hut, the McDonald's, the Burger Kings. I mean, this little blip on the map, sort of, it's between Atlanta and Augusta. Wonderful town, people, salt of the earth. Unfortunately, many of the people there who I grew up with, went to school with, I feel like they're trapped there. And I don't think they feel trapped. I think they feel blessed. They're happy. They have work. They have family. They've put down roots. They go to family reunions. They're very happy with their life. And so, myself, I think it had to do with rebellion. I just wanted to get as far away from that little one-horse town as I could possibly get. For all the wrong reasons, let me add. And so I went to the Navy recruiter, aced the ASVAB test. I think I got like 97, 98%, which speaks to another thing. My guidance counselors, no one in school said, hey, by the way, you have a beautiful mind. You could be somebody. You don't have to go to work at the filling station. After school, I managed the filling station. That's a true story. In high school, I did fast food, but I graduated. I got my diploma at 16, and then I managed the filling station. Anyway, I got out and I saw the world, and it was awesome. And I haven't really had a desire to go back. I mean, I've been back to visit, of course, but the mindset, the racism, it's still alive and well there. But you know what? They don't mean no harm. They'll be the first to tell you that they're not racist. But their behavior belies what they say. And I'm not knocking my hometown or the people I grew up with. Again, salt of the earth. They are part of who I am. I don't even know why I began talking about that. I guess because it's late at night. And this is going to be my final video of the day. Free trade, Sunday night, 11:08:15. If you happen to piece 2 and 2 together and can figure out why I went down that rabbit trail, send me an email. I'd love to connect my own dots. Our last free trade, Sunday night, November the 8th, 2015, 7 p.m. Eastern. We said long above 2002, short below 11.95. 2002 never happened, so 11.95 is where you got your jollies. Now, here's 11.95. CFRN, free E-mini trade, short the Russell below 11.95. Okay. Now, if you took this trade just to get your points for the day, then you got out at 11.94. Why? Because that's $100 per contract per day. Now, in the beginning, I really want you to do that. I want you to get your points for the day and stop. And of course, you bristle and go, well, that's stupid because look at how far the market fell. The market dropped 18 points. That's $1,800 per contract, and I'm supposed to settle for a measly $100 per contract per day. Yep. Why, you ask? Because I want to teach you discipline. Now, maybe you have discipline. Maybe you studied Aikido, or maybe you were a Marine. I don't know. Maybe you were raised Amish. I don't know how you got your discipline. Maybe you already got some. And it's not an issue for you. Okay, show me. Show me it's not an issue. Make $100 a day. Put the mouse in the drawer. Watch the bottom fall out. And feel no remorse. How about that? Can you do that? Could you do that for me? If you want to learn how to trade for a living, you've got to have discipline. The analysis, the entry, that's a small part of the equation. It's literally a clerical, not knocking clerks. Some of my best friends are clerks, okay? That's not my point. Because either I give you the entry on a free trade, on a concierge trade, or on a one trade a day, because I tell you to the tick, this is where you get short or this is where you get long. Not like some methodologies who say, blah, 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 blah. We think this is a pretty good area to start getting long. And then if price actually rallies from there, they say, well, see, told you that was a good place to get long from. If it doesn't get long from there, if it doesn't move higher, well, you probably don't hear much about that anymore. But I'm not here to knock other people and their stuff. That's not my shtick. You know that. We have a company policy, Michael and I. We just don't do that. As my grandmother said, if you don't have something good to say about somebody, just shut up. That was strong language for her. If you don't have something good to say, just shut up. So I'll shut up. But I got to finish the video, Grandma. So now, once you've graduated to multiple contracts, and we have a blueprint, when you become a partner, we give you a 24/20 blueprint, the goal of which is to take you from being a 1-contract trader to a 20-contract trader over a period of 24 months. If you have an interest in that, if you want to become a 20-contract trader, we have a blueprint, step by step, take you by the hand. You'll never be lost. Even when you make a mistake, even when you run off in the ditch, you will have a guiding light that will put you right back on track, okay? You'll never be at a loss as to what you should do next, because the business plan and the trading plan that we help you write is going to tell you what to do. It's just like if you bought a Subway franchise, you get all these manuals that tell you everything from how to open the bank account, how to make the nightly cash drop, how to run the credit card receipts at the end of the day, all the way down to, now that's all part of the business plan, and then the training plan or the trading plan, the execution side, that would be how to make a tuna fish sandwich. Oh, anybody can make a tuna fish sandwich. Yeah. However, they have figured out how to make a tuna fish sandwich in a manner that is profitable. You put a certain amount of tuna. If it's a 6-inch, 2 scoops. Foot long, 4 scoops. You get a guy in there putting 5 scoops on the 12-inch sub. If you have a high volume location, it's going to start to attack your bottom line. Lo and behold, you promote this young man or young lady to assistant manager, and they start training new people. And now pretty soon you got a whole crew, night and day, putting 5 scoops instead of 4 scoops on the 12-inch tuna sub. You think that don't eat a hole in the bottom line quick? Oh, because you'll have cash flow, you'll have revenue. Man, your number of customers are up, your advertising's working, whatever special you got going with coupons in the mail or the Groupon or whatever it might be. Man, you're running on all 8 cylinders. But there's a hole in your pocket. What the heck is going on? Well, you got 10 people putting 5 scoops of tuna on a foot-long sub. Guess what? On a foot-long sub, the entire profit margin could potentially be the equivalent of 1 scoop of tuna. We're not making a lot of money per sandwich. We're making a little money, and the goal is to sell a lot of sandwiches. Do you follow me? Okay. That's why writing your blueprint, your business plan, or following the blueprint and writing your own business plan and trading plan with your own hand is so critical. If you're not willing to do that, you're not willing to succeed. In a mentoring session not so long ago, someone at the beginning of the session or the day before, I said, hey, forward me a copy of your business plan and your trading plan so I can thumb through it before our mentoring session. Now, they were honest. They said, gosh, I haven't exactly done that. I was flabbergasted because that person had been with us 3 months at least. I said, "What do you mean you haven't done it?" He says, "Well, I just want to make sure I could really make some money at this thing before I went to all that work." That's like building a house and then drawing up the blueprint. That's awkward. That's the cart before the horse, times 10. You need to write the blueprint. Now, this discipline thing, okay? Market Wizards is full of some incredibly brilliant, incredibly talented traders. They made an immense sum of money, each and every one of them, and gave it all back. Why? Because they didn't have discipline. Now, some of them made it back and kept it. Some of them made it back and gave it back again. Some of them never got it back. The psychological scars were so deep they just couldn't do it again. Do you want to be a market wizard, or do you want to be a consistently profitable trader? We're never going to ask you to do anything just for foolishness' sake, just so we can laugh and go, look what we made him do. Remember the old thing? Hey, look here. Made you look. Yeah, we're a little older than that. So if you're a partner, if you haven't written your business plan and your trading plan, get busy. This is the rest of your life. If that's what your plan is, if this is a weekend junket in Vegas, go to Vegas. Don't waste your time. If it's how you're going to pay the bills, if it's how you're going to meet retirement, most Americans, a very large percentage, are woefully unprepared for retirement. Many Americans have no retirement, other than Social Security, which is virtually no retirement at all. Where's the money going to come from? I mean, we've all heard the horror stories about eating cat food. I'm here to make sure that's not you, okay? See, when I was a kid, nobody told me that I had a beautiful mind, that I should go to college, and I should do all these other wonderful things. The military, they did. They extended an opportunity to me, and they were talking big fancy talk, nuclear physicist, and I was, my head was spinning. 6-year commitment in college and blah, blah, blah. And I figured it out. I said, man, I enlisted at 17. I retire at 37. At 37, I have a paycheck for the rest of my life. Full medical and dental for myself and my family, if I have a family. At the time, I didn't have a lot of self-esteem, so I couldn't imagine that some girl would ever actually marry me, much less the little hottie I found dancing barefoot in Balboa Park in San Diego. Hey, man, God's good. I mean, girls like that don't marry guys like me, but she did. And so, anyway. All right. Discipline. Gotta have it. Now, putting the mouse down after you make $100, watching all of this and not having remorse builds character. It builds, I'm talking Semper Fi. It builds character. Teaches you that you're in control of your business and what you do. You're not in control of the markets. You have zero control over the markets. You cannot control whether it goes up or down, and you have no idea if the next tick is going to be up or down. You can guess. You can get lucky. We have technical analysis tools, everything from trend lines to stochastics to MACDs. And we don't use any stochastics or MACDs. We do use trend lines. We do use support and resistance. We do use a couple of indicators that Michael and I coded, but it's so simplistic what we use compared to some of the heavy laden charts that you've seen, where there's so much stuff you can barely see the price in the background. In fact, there's some guys that don't even look at price. They just use the indicator. They just trade off the indicators, which lag. Do our indicators lag? Yes. Guess what else lags? Price. Now somebody goes, dude, you're nuts. No, think about it. A buyer thinks about what he's going to do. He takes action, buying or selling. The order is accepted. And then a reflection of what he just did shows up on the chart as a tick. You tracking with me here? Do I need to unpack this a little more? Even pure price action, the new in thing, is a lagging indicator. It is a shadow of the buying decisions men and women made seconds, milliseconds ago. On the overnight, slow periods, minutes ago. Think about that. All right. So what are we going to do? We're going to learn how to trade. We're going to take the simplest approach Michael and I have been able to put together. And if you're willing to humble yourself, as we had to humble ourselves, throw away half the stuff we coded, created, that it was literally the hallmark of our brilliance. It showed the world how doggone smart we were. We trashed it, threw it out, poured gasoline on it, had a bonfire. Because when we finally saw it in the true light, it was clutter. It was duplication. It was the same thing over and over. We're measuring stuff that, you know what? I followed the trend. I followed the tricks. I followed the tick. Now, a good friend of mine, Mike Reed, uses the tick. That's part of his strategy. Bang. This guy uses it in a way that helps him to be consistently profitable in his trading. But he's not chasing 50 different things. He's looking at the tick, and that's not the tick chart. It's the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Line tick. Google it if you want to know what it is. We don't use it. We use CFMA1, the BBC, and the Slingshot. That's it. And in the last video I stripped all of that away and just showed you a little something. And if you're a partner, about your third mentoring session, I'll go into that with you. I first want to make sure you've written your business plan, written your trading plan. I want to make sure that you've been in the simulator putting on and taking off trades. And you know how I can tell? By the quality of your questions. Your questions reveal how much effort you've put into this. And only when I'm convinced that you've put in what I think is the requisite amount of effort, only then am I going to reveal to you what I think is the simplest possible approach to trading. You'll be amazed. You'll be dumbfounded. You'll say, this can't be. Oh, but it can. Oh, but it can. Be a partner. Find out. How much money have you spent already trying to become a consistently profitable trader? How many years have you spent trying to become a consistently profitable trader? Isn't it time to stop chasing magical indicators, mystical oscillators, gurus and crystal balls and tea leaves and whatnot, and just learn how to trade? Go to cfrn.net/apply. We'll give you 5 days, 5 trading days. So it doesn't matter what day you start on, because you'll get 5 trading days in our live trading room where you can put on and take off trades with us. But what I really recommend you do is watch, learn, ask questions, and when the 2-hour live trading room is over for the day, go practice what you just learned for 22 hours. Take a nap if you need one. Then show up the next morning with a fresh list of questions. Closer you get to the metal, the more intense your questions will become. And Michael and I will be digitally high-fiving each other. We'll be virtually winking at each other going, ha, we got a trader coming. We're about to graduate a trader. We got somebody that wants this so much, they're working for it. We get excited about that. So, anyway, once you graduate to multiple contracts, you might take profit on part of your position at the $100 per contract per day. Get your stop to break even so there's no risk on the trade. And then you might just ride this thing. You're not going to get out at 18. That's not possible unless you're psychic or psychotic. You're going to get taken out on the pullback. It might be on this pullback. It might be on this pullback. Okay? So let's say you give back 300, so you get stopped out with 1,500 in profit. That's one contract. How much does it cost to put on one Russell trade? Intraday, $500 per contract. Well, how much volume could a person trade in this Russell? Overnight, not a lot. It's growing day by day, but the free trade came out Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So let's back this up to Sunday night. Okay. Seems like I should have this is the Russell. That's probably why I don't. Okay. So that's November 8th, the 6th. That green candle right there. That's the Sunday night Globex Open. This past Sunday night. This is Monday night. Actually, it's 1 a.m. Mountain Standard, 3 a.m. Eastern. All right. And so the trade said, now we put it out at 7 p.m. So this is the Globex Open, but 7 p.m. is 1900 hours. So that's actually right. Oh, and I've dropped this down to a 30-minute chart as well. So if I sent it out at 7 p.m., that's 1900 hours. Okay. Now remember, we want to be long above 1202, which never happened. Short below 95. On the trade that triggered here. Now this is the one trade a day stuff. Oh, what'd I do? Okay, don't get that confused with what I'm talking about here. Okay, this is the one trade a day stuff from today. I'm walking you back to the free E-mini trade from Sunday night, which, by the way, is free. I'm sure you know how to do that, but let me just show you. http CFRN.net free Emini CFRN.net free Emini trades. Okay. Now listen, please. You're going to get an automated email. Got to click the confirmation link. If you click the confirmation link, within 24 hours you'll get another email that takes you to a registration page. You put in your name, your email address, choose a user name and a password, okay? And that will take you to the countdown page, which is this guy. Now, let's do a couple things here. Next, free trade. Thursday at 1 p.m. EDT. That's a little late in the day. That's okay. There's trades in the afternoon. Next free trade, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Better give it a date. All right, today's Tuesday the 10th, 11th, 12th. 10, 12. And it won't be a bond trade because the bond markets are closed on Veterans Day, which is actually the 11th, I think. Well, we thought Veterans Day was today, so we let our kids stay home from school. Whoops. I got a call from the school that says, did you know your children are absent today? It's like, whoops. All right. So next free trade is going to be, all right, I'm going to put a chart right there. I'm going to put this chart. But what I wanted to show you is when the free trade triggered, okay, how much volume was there? 17,226 contracts. 17,000. $226. Contracts. That's important. I want you to understand because that means you could have actually traded 10 contracts with no problem. The next candle had 12,000. The next candle had 7,000. So could you have traded 20 contracts and it not even have been a blip on the radar screen? Yeah. Now, at one contract, if this is $1,800, at 10 contracts, that's $18,000. $18,000. Average American worker annual income. I don't know what it is. By the numbers, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American worker got paid $24 per hour in December, or $850.12 per week. up from 24 bucks per hour, $8.29 per week a year ago. So, okay, so in the past year, what is that, a 40-cent raise? However, average income can be misleading given that wages differ significantly from industry to industry. Okay, so let's take the big figure, which is $8.29 per week. $8.29, and let's say, you can't afford to take a vacation because you got to pay so much for health insurance. $8.29 times 52 equals $43,108 per year. Okay. What do I have? I'm running out of room here. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average American worker got paid $24.57 per hour in December, or $850.12. Oh, I left out the 12 cents. Per week, or $43,108 per year. Okay. Now I'm going to be very careful with what I say next. Very careful. Not because of any governmental whatever, because I don't want to be like those other guys that paint you some rosy picture that creates unrealistic expectations in your head. Last night, I sent out an email that says, hey, if you want to get this free trade, all you got to do is sign up. Or, no, over the weekend. I sent it Friday, I sent it Saturday. I've been sending it every other day for weeks. So if you want to get the free trade, come get it. It's free. If you signed up and you took the free trade and you traded just one contract, well, you had the potential to make 18 points. But we don't get out at the exact swing low. So let's say it pulled back on us 3 points. We got out at, a higher number. And so maybe we got 15. Points. Now, you know what? Maybe you couldn't get 15. Maybe on this pullback you got freaked out. Maybe you only made 5. Maybe you only made 5 points on that trade. What about that? How fair is that? We have an 18-point potential, but because human nature being what it is, we get 5 points out of the trade. 5 points equals $500 per contract times 10 contracts equals $5,000. Okay, is that unusual of a trade? No. That's why the Russell's probably one of the most popular one trade a day's markets. 5 points equals $500 per contract times 10 contracts, $5,000. Now, how much money do you have to have in your account to make this trade Well, you need 5,000 for the margin, and I say you need half as much again to cover drawdowns, stop outs, etc. So you need $7,500 in your account, not 25,000, which is what they require that you have in your stock account, your equity account. If you're a pattern day trader, in other words, if you make more than 3 to 5 round trip turns per week, you're pegged as a pattern day trader, and you must maintain a minimum account balance of 25,000. It's one of the reasons so many of us trade futures, because we're not subject to the pattern day trader rule. All right. So 5,000. All right. Now we came up with a figure over here, an annual figure of 43,000. So let's divide that by 5,000, and we get 8.6. So over the course of 12 months, 1 year, do you think you could find 8.6 trades that could pay you $5? Now, remember, that candle had 17,000 contracts, and that candle had 12,000. So do you have to stop at 10? No. What if you grew your account to 20? You got to do it one trade at a time. If you're trading the blueprint, it's going to take you 24 months minimum, 24 months to get to 20 contracts if you do it by the book. Okay? So 5,000 becomes 10,000. That means you only need 4.3 trades over the course of a year to earn this. Okay? But we don't want to earn this, do we? No. We want to earn 10 times that. Why? Because ministry costs money, and most of us are in this because we have ministry calling. God's put a passion in our heart to, whether it's build orphanages, feed the hungry, preach the gospel, clothe the naked, bring fresh water to those who don't have it. Whatever it is that God has called you to do, it's going to cost money. And I believe that we have in front of us a unique opportunity that has never, ever before been presented to the body of Christ. It says in the last days that knowledge will travel to and fro. We're trading global markets with a mouse click. The wealth of the world is on the other side of your monitor. Now, trading is risky. You can lose all of your money and then some. Your hard stop can get jumped in a fast-moving market. Does it happen a lot? No. Can it happen? Yes. Does it happen? Yes. Can I teach you how to prepare for that? Absolutely. So, the price of admission for becoming a partner, it's pretty minimal. The free trades are just that, free. It's an opportunity for you to make the money that it takes to become a partner, so that as a partner we can teach you everything that we know. Now, just because you become a partner, does that mean you're going to 100% absolutely guaranteed positively be trading 20 contracts in 24 months? No. I don't know if you're up for the task. I don't know if you have the discipline. I don't know if you have the stick-to-itiveness. I don't know if you have the patience. I'm sorry, I don't know you. And I'm going to ask you another question. Do you know yourself? Do you know if you have what it takes to make it in this business? You know how you can find out? Take our free trial. 5 days in our live trading room, 5 consecutive trading days. You start on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday, doesn't matter. You get 5 consecutive days. On day 1, we're going to teach you our methodology, which is so simple, not easy, but simple. that you can learn the trade setup in one day. Michael's even going to give you a little handout that diagrams it out. We're going to give you access to our indicators for 5 trading days. We're going to teach you in live markets 2 hours a day. We're going to be standing by to answer any questions that you have by email, by phone, and when you're ready for your private mentoring session, everyone who takes a free trial gets a private mentoring session. All you have to do is type into the chat box, "I'd like to set up my personal mentoring session." Usually, if I'm in the room, Michael's always in the room, but if I'm not, as soon as I get in, I will send you a link that says we're going to meet Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll check with you to see if the date and time works. Schedule it, and then you and I meet in a private go-to meeting room where I answer any of your questions up close and personal. You can see my charts, and I can see your charts if you want to show them to me, because I really do want to see you walk me through a trade so that I know you understand how the methodology works. It's incredibly simple. It's got 5 steps. If it's a long trade, it will always begin with a bullish cross. Price will pull away. Price will pull back. There will be an up close. You'll buy the open of the next candle. Once you have 4 ticks of profit in the trade, you'll stop or go to break even. And then once you have 8 or 10 ticks based upon the market that you're trading, you're done for the day. That's it. No staring at the screens 8, 10, 12 hours a day. It's not necessary. In fact, it hurts you more than it helps you. Learn to get in, get your goal for the day, get out. Doesn't mean you can't hang out in the trading room, shoot the breeze, or, join us on the radio show and shoot the breeze and ask questions and crack wise and all that stuff. That's what the community's all about. Thursday nights, you really need to be in those partners meetings, asking questions about any little thing that you don't understand and listening to other people's questions, because their questions will spur in you things you didn't even realize you didn't yet understand, and you'll go, "Oh my goodness, I need to know that too." We record every partners meeting. We have 232, each one a minimum of 2 hours, many of them 3 and 4 hours, archived for you as a partner. So not only do you have the live training every day from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday for 90 days, but you have access to the video library, unlimited private mentoring with the developers, Michael and myself, the weekly trading zones, and then at the end of your 90 days, if you want to stay joined at the hip and have access to all the things that you had as a mentoring student, then you pay a monthly maintenance fee of $75 a month. That's it. We're affordable. We're attentive. We care. We want to see you succeed. Michael and I struggled hard. We did everything wrong that 2 people could possibly do. We finally untied ourselves from the knot that we had tied ourselves in. And we said, "God, if we ever crack this code, we're going to get back." We did. We made good on our promise. We traded trainers for, I forget how many years, at no charge, just giving back. And what we charge now, it's less than half of what the infomercial guys charge. And the other big guy I was talking about earlier, they get like 10 grand a crack. And I've yet to meet a student from there who could look me in the eye and go, yes, I went to that place and I am now a consistently profitable trader. Not one. Not one. And I know a lot of traders. I know a lot of traders that went there. I mean, they learned stuff, and I don't want to knock you or make you feel bad because you spent money. I spent money. I went to a deal. I mean, I spent 2 hours of my life. 2 hours. I wish. 2 years of my life. 2 years plus. Chasing the Fibonacci thing. I was told that it was a standalone trading methodology, that I could turn $10,000 into $1 million in 1 year. I didn't. I never met one person who did. It was an empty promise. I mean, could it be done? I mean, mathematically, yeah. But did anybody ever actually do it? No. That's why I've removed, one by one, every possible unrealistic expectation. You have 10 trades a day to make $100. If you can't make $100 in 10 trades, we'll work with you and work with you and work with you until you can. If at some point it becomes obvious that you're never going to be able to learn how to make $100 in 10 trades, then I guess we have to accept maybe this isn't for you. My point is you don't ever have to become a great trader. You don't ever have to become a Grand Slam hero. If you can just be mediocre, as I am mediocre, you can work the blueprint. You can make $100 a day in 10 trades or less. Increase your account size one contract at a time until you've grown to whatever size you're comfortable at. Okay? So the free trades are here to help you. The one trade a day, they're here to help you. And that thing rocked today. The one trade a day said to consider being short at 1183. The first move down was worth $400. The second move down was worth $500, and the third move down was worth $490. Important prices, important areas are almost always tested. Great trading. And we want to help you. We want to be here for you. But you got to reach out. You got to talk to us. You got to let us know where you're at. And our first mentoring session, that's really me finding out who you are as a trader. What experience do you have? Have you studied options? Have you studied stocks? Do you know anything about Fibonacci? Or have you tried Elliott Wave or any? And I don't knock any methodology. Doesn't matter what you've done. Just explain to me so I have an idea of where you're at. Because once I know where you're at, then I can talk to you about where you want to be. And together we'll develop a plan to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Okay? I can teach you how to play baseball, but I can't get you into the MBL. Is that what it's called? Major Baseball League? I don't know. I'm not a sports guy. I can teach you how to play football, but I can't get you into the NFL. I can't teach you how to play golf. I can teach you how to trade. I can't promise you that you'll become the next, trying to think of some famous trader. Mike Reed, I guess. I can't promise you'll become the next Mike Reed. But I believe that together Michael and I can teach you how to make $100 a day. And as you increase your number of contracts, you'll find a comfort zone, a comfort level that you're happy and content with. All right? The only way you'll ever find out is to take the trial. How do you take the trial? CFRN.net /apply. No credit card required. Don't need to know your mother's maiden name, social security number. Just go to that address, put in your name, your email address. You'll get an automated response. You got to click that. Then we send you an email that has the link, the password. It'll send you to a page where you can download either the Ninja platform demo or the DT Pro demo. You'll have a simulator with a $50,000 demo account to practice in. We'll give you our indicators no matter which platform you choose. You'll be able to get the indicators up and running on your platform. Give you everything you need. At the end of 5 days, you should be able to make a well-informed decision whether or not this is right for you. If it's not right for you, get out. Just get out. No, I'm serious. If it's not for you, then we part friends. We shake hands. I commend you for taking a shot, for going where few dare to go, and that's to be an entrepreneur and build your own business. And just because you didn't build your own business in trading doesn't mean you won't be a slam dunk hero at the next. Don't lose your entrepreneurial spirit if trading doesn't work for you. I think trading is the greatest business on earth. I think somebody already else has that slogan, so I should probably not use that. I really do. Okay? But if it doesn't work for you, my goodness, go watch Shark Tank. Those people are throwing money at those inventors left and right and making fun of them along the way. So when you become a trader, people are going to make fun of you too. Oh, you're a trader, you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose your house, you're going to lose your car, you're going to lose your family. Just don't listen to that garbage, okay? Get it out of your head. If you listen to it, if you invite the devil into tea, you'll start to believe his lies. When he comes knocking, Katie, bar the door. Don't let that sucker in. Don't entertain him. Don't entertain his thoughts. Take those thoughts captive, cast them down. Paul wrote about that 2,000 years ago. It's still true today. All right, I got to run. That was our last free Emini trade. It was a beauty. So excited that so many of you were able to take advantage of that. I mean, that means so much to me. Didn't cost you a dime. Didn't cost me a dime. Well, I guess a little time to put the trade together and publish it and whatnot, but how awesome is that? God is good. He's in control. He's got his hand over our lives and over this business and over all the lives that we're touching around the globe. We're changing the world one life at a time, one tick at a time. And if you're listening to me after 58 minutes and 21 seconds, if you're still listening, I think he wants you to be a part of it too. But don't take my word for it. You go talk to him. You go talk to the man who calmed the sea. How did that song go? Parted the water, the man that calmed the sea. Yeah, you know the guy, the man from Galilee, that old song from the 70s. You talk to him. Ask him what he wants you to do with your life. Don't do what I say. Do what he says. Because if you do what he says, it's going to be blessed. Sure, the enemy will come against you, and you'll have some struggles and some battles and whatnot. But when his hand is at your back, when you're doing his will for your life, doors fly open. It's unmistakably him with a capital H. Take care. I love you guys. Got to run. See you all in the live trading room tomorrow. If you need something, support at CFRN.net or just call me 949-42-EMINI. 949-42-EMINI.